The success of Georges St-Pierre in the Ultimate Fighting Championship has accentuated the fact that Canada has become a hotbed for mixed martial arts. The welterweight champion's appeal attracted mainstream attention to the Great White North, and with that came the rise of Tristar and Zahabi MMA. 3 products of the famed Montreal-based camp will make appearances on the UFC 129 prelims. In 2001, Ivan Menjivar embarked in his mixed martial arts career under the UCC banner.
Oh, some nice combo. Oh, and a high kick. Oh, wow. Nice high kick by Menjivar. Going for takedown. Oh, and a good job.
The native of El Salvador is no stranger to major competition, as he's taken on Georges St-Pierre early on in his career.
Definitely have to respect Ivan Menjivar. This guy's a fighting machine as well.
Yeah, Menjivar came in here 4-0 on a tear.
He would then go on to face Vitor Shalin-Ribeiro, Matt Serra, Uriah Faber, and Carl Uno.
And a nice suplex attempt by Menjivar.
2006, Menjivar announced his retirement from the sport, but he resurfaced 4 years later in 2010. With a more lucrative opportunity in front of him, it is something the 28-year-old will have to take full advantage of when he takes on WEC veteran Charlie Valencia.
He's got a guy who basically fought Miguel Torres, and it's going to be interesting to see how he adjusts. It's a good matchup for him, and he's really progressed a long way. This is the first fight I started working with Ivan for, so I'm interested to see where it takes him. His power and his strength and his endurance has gone up a lot.
A longtime student of the acclaimed Tristar Academy and training alongside Georges St-Pierre, Menjivar brings his ferocity and experience to the cage, aiming for a positive outcome in his return to the UFC. MMA veteran Yves Jabouin has traveled a long road to finally reach the Ultimate Fighting Championship. And during that journey, he became a standout in Quebec's mixed martial arts circuit.
Oh, man. Shoulder throw by Yves Jabouin. Spectacular. He's in side control.
Jabouin made his professional debut in 2001 at UCC 4 with an impressive TKO win.
Jabouin wanting none of it. Oh, and a nice punch.
That was a great shot, just a glancing blow, and that's all.
The Haitian-Canadian has devastated opponents in the past with heavy hands, and he's known for his high-ratio knockout.
Referee Lavigne will stop this fight if he doesn't defend himself properly.
Following a highlight reel knockout win over JT Wells at XMMA 6th. Featherweight fighter finally got his foot in the WEC door, but came up short against Rafael Assunção and then fellow Canadian fighter Mark Hominick.
Things happen for a reason, and I don't push anything. I think that night it was Hominick's night, and my night's still to come.
Jabouin squares off against lanky featherweight Pablo Garza.
Being usually one of the short guys, I'm used to fighting taller guys, so it's not going to be anything different for me. I have a lot of training partners who are 6 feet, 6'1", even more 6'3", so I spar with them, so I get to gauge that distance and get used to it, so I know what to expect when I come and fight.
Despite the height advantage, his focus and preparation has been unparalleled.
His conditioning is going to be on point more this fight than any. He's had a good training camp, hasn't been injured. He's a working man, so he has a job. So this fight he's taken as a full-time fighter. So I'm sort of really excited to see what that produces with full-time training.
Years of fighting on the local circuit have finally paid off for Jabouin, as the 31-year-old prepares to make a big splash on the biggest stage in mixed martial arts.
It's going to be one of the biggest UFC ever, and I'm honored to have been chosen to be a part of that card.
Known as the Bull, John McDessie makes his second appearance on Canadian turf for the Zuffa-owned promotion.
129 is going to be, of course, a dream come true with Toronto. I'm happy it's in Canadian soil, of course. I love fighting for the Canadian fans, and I'm expecting a good crowd backing me up. I fight for the crowd. I believe I'm one of those fighters that I get a burst of energy when I have a crowd behind me.
Currently undefeated, the Shotokan Karate black belt brings a unique but fan-friendly striking style that has allowed him to record 6 TKO wins.
Just beating on Lindsey Hawks right now is John McDessie.
McDessie impressed fans with his calculated aggressiveness in his first octagon outing. And in his sophomore effort, the Canadian will attempt to do the same against Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt Kyle Watson.
Kyle Watson is going to be a tough guy. I know he's a grinder, well-rounded, experienced fighter. I'm expecting him to take me to the ground, of course. But, you never know.
Kyle Watson, I think, is going to lack in the conditioning department. especially if he doesn't get his way early and take John down.
Watson was a member of Team GSP on the 12th installment of The Ultimate Fighter. Though he was exposed to Team Tristar techniques, Makdessi does not feel he is at a disadvantage.
You know what, at the end of the day, it's like, regardless of who they train with, it's when you're in the cage, right? It's like a teacher, you know what I mean? The teacher's not going to do your exam for you. You know what I mean? So I believe that I have more experience in the martial arts background. I mean, he's a ground guy, he's a grinder, you know. But I believe that my arsenal, I have more arsenal than he has, and you know, I'm gonna go out there make an exciting fight.
These representatives of grassroots Canadian mixed martial arts step up onto the biggest stage with a home field advantage. The rise of the Tristar gym is in full effect at UFC 129 as Menjivar, Jabouin, and Makdessi aim to secure wins and become the next major stars to have been bred from the acclaimed camp based out of Montreal.